Sup, nerds? It's the A5e time. I almost said Guild of Icons time, but it's not them. It's the adventures. It's the little babies. It's Muppet Babies time. We are the Muppet Babies. Original characters, please do not sue. There we go. That's my intro. I'm handing over to Pixel, who's running this.
All right, I'm handing it over to anybody who wants inspiration. What was the last adventure?
Okay.
What was the? Oh wait, I could do this. I
Yeah,
ran that adventure.
You should know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So last time we saw our intrepid heroes, all of them except Utri, who wasn't there for that particular one, because she hadn't joined in that weird non-Euclidean timeline yet.
The timeline where we're
last time-
currently stealing from Dimension 20. Intrepid heroes.
Yeah, but last time we saw the Tricons, they were finishing up their adventure in the Silent Village, a village that was made of mimics who had been very slowly replacing the populace with themselves. They were able to beat a mimic queen, for lack of a better term. Something weird happened that didn't actually happen. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Inoltrare is trying to forget it, just like everyone else. And they found the dog they were looking for.
They also found
Capulet didn't see the dog, and therefore still does not know what a dog is.
But yes, they also did find Capulet as well.
Unfortunate.
What do you mean, unfortunately? Capulet's the best.
Yeah, we got introduced to the fun new character. I was gonna go for a fun guy joke, couldn't fit it. It's all right.
Also, we saw. Oh, sorry. Can you?
No, go on.
We also saw Capulet's guardian, Pode.
No, Pode is the species.
I forget.
What was the guardian's name?
Don't worry, we'll get to it. Utri.
I don't know why Pode is just the thing that sticks out in my head. I thought that Pode was their name.
Yeah, it's weird because you thought that they were a mushroom to begin with.
I thought they were a giant mushroom. I thought they were a giant mushroom named Pode. I'm sorry.
Utri.
Pode was when you're humiliated on the internet.
No, that's Podium, and it's going to be after the session crashes and burns.
Hey.
Utri.
If I'm not allowed to self-defame, neither are you, Pixel.
I don't have a Twitch channel to redeem that in. Utri, give yourself
/bisexualbrioche/chat. Here we go.
Utri Caleria gets inspiration.
Hurrah, that's +5 on basically any roll ever, which has saved me before in combination with Nick's portents.
Gotta love them portents.
And if Nick is done with this bit.
What bit? I've done nothing.
Yes, no, that absolutely happened last adventure, but it also kind of didn't. Kind of wasn't the last thing to happen to Utri Caleria, at the very least. Because, Utri, last thing you remember, you woke up and the world was very different. Not only was Go on.
Oh no, sorry, I was gonna say I don't think it was that different. Like there were some subtle changes, but
Oh no, quite different. Because you noticed that you were significantly taller, and you sounded different. Your father's beard seemed to be a bit grayer than it was previously, and it seemed like the entire world had gone forward by about 3 years. So that was very confusing. And confusing still is that after trying to navigate through that day, as to the best of your abilities, when you went to sleep and you woke back up this morning, everything's back to the way it was just after the null zone was dissipated.
Well, that was a strange dream. Good thing I don't got to worry about that anymore.
Yeah, so you wake up, the bracelet that lets you detect the anomalies that are going on with time is still clasped around your wrist, never to be taken off, at least if you have anything to say about it.
Utri actually has a system for it. When she goes to bed, she puts on a glove that she like cut a hole out of the back of, and she ties the bracelet to the glove and then secures the glove so the bracelet can't accidentally fall off.
Yeah, so you wake up with your bracelet glove on, ready to start the day. What is a morning like for Utri?
Well, first things first, she undoes the glove and the binding attaching it to the glove because that's only for when she sleeps. She can keep it on if she's conscious. She just doesn't want any sort of accidents happening during the night. So normally what she does is she wakes up. I would assume that depending on her father's work schedule, he may or may not be awake at this point. I feel like his work schedule can be kind of erratic sometimes.
It can be kind of erratic, but you're assuming that now that the null zone has been taken down by the Guild of Icons, and there's plenty of free space where there is currently nothing due to the destruction that it caused, more houses still need to be built, and there's a lot of space to do it, which means there's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah, so he's probably asleep. So Uchi's going to rummage around, find some sort of fruit around. This got to be something like an apple or an orange, or perhaps even like a bowl of cloudberries somewhere. Those are expensive, but she eats them anyway, much to the frustration of her father.
Everybody, Utri, the most middle class of the icons.
He has something to say about that.
Working class for fee.
And she's probably going to put on her armor, put on her clothes over armor, and just go around town and see if she could find anyone to help out.
Well, before you are able to go outside as you are eating whatever breakfast you decided on, was it the berries?
Yeah, it was the cloudberries.
It was the cloudberries.
They're just really good.
I mean, your dad's gonna notice.
It'll be fine.
You hear a knock at the door.
Okay, she stands up, she opens the door and goes, "Hello. How can I help you?" Still eating the food.
You're looking kind of at face height to begin with, but when you see no one there, you look down, and quite short, but not as short as creatures you've seen before, i.e. Capulet, is a little ratling. Brown furred, mostly, bits of cream in there, garbed in a silken blue robe, and the clasp right at the front, you recognize the symbol. It's the one that is on the sash that Capulet wears.
Hello, how can I help you?
Hello, is this the house of Utri?
Hey, you're talking.
I am Squeak. I have been tasked with bringing you to the base of the cult of Petrichor. The Korakii base, not the usual one.
Well, you see, my dad, he always did tell me that I need to avoid cults and all that.
It's very specific.
They're not a good. They're not a good lot to hang around, apparently.
I'm not sure if I will be in trouble or not if you don't accompany me.
Is this a kidnapping?
Do you want it to be? Really, I'm just going to say anything that will get you to actually come with me.
What the heck? I can punch my way out if I need to.
Okay. Well, then follow me, and we will be there very shortly.
Not yet. One moment. Dad, I'm being kidnapped by a cult. Be home by dinner. And I walk out.
You think you could still hear some snoring from his room. But yes, you walk out of your house, and Inoltrare is over at Tricon Tower. Felix also is asleep.
Yeah. Well, of course Fee's over at Tricon Tower, because I've been trying to make a charcuterie board. Inoltrare has only ever read the word and doesn't know how it's pronounced. Which is something I'm going to start doing with Inoltrare more, because I've realized he's read a lot of books. He probably doesn't know how most words are pronounced, so he's, yeah. Yeah, I'm making a charcuterie. Alright? Yeah, charcuterie. But I was out of anything other than cheese, so it's kind of just like 5 different kinds of cheese on a bit of wood I found.
Thought you were going to say a bit of cheese.
On a bit of cheese I've flattened with a hammer.
Amazing. My father's favorite dessert.
Well, you
What
always
a
make food
restaurant.
for us, so I kind of wanted to give back a little, you know?
Yeah, so you leave Fee on the couch, you're upstairs, and you walk over to the cabinet where you keep a variety of cheeses, because in your spare time you can categorize, you don't need to sleep.
Of course, the cheese category cupboard. I use it to tell the future.
And then you put your hand in your pocket for a second, trying to see if you have any leftover bits of cheese that need to be categorized, and you pull out that little bit of wood.
You're not pocket cheese.
And you know this bit of wood. It appeared in your pocket after a strange vision that you feel like you had last time that you were on an adventure.
You're the dream splinter.
And you kind of ponder it for a minute. You can tell inherently that it's magical. It's very magical, but for what it could be used, you can't really divine.
It's weird, isn't it? Maybe I'll find a book about you someday.
Perhaps. A mystery waiting to be solved. And it's perhaps your temporary ponderance over this piece of wood that lets Fee hear the knock at the door of Tricon Tower before it registers in your ears.
Hey, Fee's gonna stand up, get the cape a bit of wing, and dramatically open the door. And they're going to say, Who stands upon our threshold?
You, like Utri, begin looking at face height, and then need to look down as there is a small ratling.
Slight clarification: Fee has been hanging around with Inoltrare all morning, so they're going to already be looking down.
Fair.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, you see a small rattling. It's brown. There is bits of cream around the fur pattern. They are garbed in a silken robe with a clasp at the front that is reminiscent of the badge that you've seen Capulet wear on her sash. They are there by themselves, and they speak to you.
Hello, is this the tower where the dwarf Inoltrare lives?
It is indeed. What business do you have with my powerful wizard friend?
Well, it is also business for you. I'm assuming that you are Fee Glacier.
Yep, that's me.
My name is Scurry. I'm from the cult of Petrichor. Pisces would like to speak to you.
Pisces. Oh, hey, that's Cop's parent, right?
Not really. Would you be able to accompany me there?
Sure. Inoltrare. Cop requires our presence.
Huh? Oh, okay, sorry, I was just categorizing cheese. Coming. You hear his little legs on the stairs. It's a spiral staircase, I assume, so it's like as he goes around.
Like a
Hello?
terrifying puppet.
Huh? You're not. Oh, I thought you would be Capulet.
Well, Capulet is at the temporary headquarters.
Okay.
So you will be joining also?
He looks at V. Do you reckon it's okay?
Oh, they know Capulet. They can't be that bad.
I suppose not. Well, I guess we better go then.
Yes, let us go, and if we are with luck, my brother will have been able to get your other friend.
Felix! Felix! Goes over to Felix, kicks him until he wakes up. I'm going out, and I'm going out, so don't lock the door, okay? Because you did it last time, and I didn't have knock prepared, and I'd like throw things at the window until you woke up, and this is my tower, all right? I can't be getting locked out of my own wizard tower, okay?
Is there food here that you intend me to give to somebody else?
No, why would there?
Okay, then the door won't be locked. It's fine.
Why would you lock it if you were meant to give away?
He just shifts over and pulls the blanket that has slightly fallen off of him back over himself.
I go back to Fee and I
Inoltrare.
grumbly say, you know, that's my blanket as well.
Inoltrare.
Yeah?
Why do you not have a key to your own abode?
Well, I do, but I leave it here in case, like, if Felix is going to go out to the shops, then he's got to lock the door behind him or someone will move in and steal the tower from us like we did.
Well, also, Fee, you will remember that Inoltrare is probably referring to that time last Crimson Stain when Felix cast Arcane Lock on the door.
Yeah, but also just it happens in general all the time.
What a twisted tale this Felix is weaving.
Yeah. You know, I don't think he gave out any of the pastries on Crimson Stain night. I think he might have just locked the door and eaten them all. That's something he said.
Culinary misappropriation. The very worst of crimes.
Yeah.
In the sewers, it's oddly specific under sewer law.
Are you taking your charcuterie board with you?
No. Which means it's going to be gone when I get back. And I know this. But we can't be carrying an entire board of cheese with us. Actually, no, I'm going to take it. We might need snacks on the way, and I would eat it on the way.
As you bring it downstairs and into view, Scurry looks at it.
Oh, hey, do you want some cheese? I made a charcuterie board.
She just nods her head.
Okay. I lower it down to her level because presumably she's shorter than I am at 4 feet. But I don't know. Maybe she's taller. But I'll put it at whatever eye level is correct for.
Taller than Capulet, not as tall as you.
Okay.
So she does need to reach up just like a tiny bit, but she grabs it from your hand with both of her hands and she starts nibbling into it. It is good.
Yeah, I know my cheeses. They help me see the future.
Well,
Wait, V. Does this mean your cheeses are also fortune cookies?
No, because they're not cookies.
all right. Well, then
Cheese
let us.
cookies. I need to write this down.
Oh, that'd be great. You should make cheese cookies.
So Scurry kind of motions you to begin following, and then you set off for the very newly established temporary headquarters for the cult of Petrichor within Korakii's walls. As you're traveling down, make me a perception check, wisdom perception.
Okay. Does
Does
this
this
have...
involve
Yeah.
you first?
Oh no, I don't have anything on perception in the end. I do have proficiency though, so I can...
Oh, does this involve invisible objects?
No. Okay, I will tell you when the check involves invisible objects.
Okay.
And let me know if anything
also
involves the
when-
planes or prophecy. Or anonymity,
and if any
legends,
history checks
chemistry,
in-
research.
Yeah. Or if any history checks involve the arts, or any persuasion checks involve negotiation.
Okay, those things you can remind me on. Just the invisible thing. Like,
It does come up a lot, to be fair.
it has never
I'll be
come
honest,
up even once. You've never got the expertise type for it.
I got
Yeah.
plus
I'll be
2 on
honest.
this.
I find it very funny to say.
15 for me.
Okay, 15 for you.
17. Yeah.
17. As you're traveling along to these headquarters, you're looking at the other buildings along the streets that you're going down, and occasionally there's no rhyme or reason as far as you can discern or determine, but you're seeing like bits of slush accumulated on the ground. Some windows that have frost where all the other windows around them don't.
Some of these places are cold, kind of like they're haunted.
Yeah, you do make sure to ask Scurry to avoid any routes that go by the old Finch place.
Yeah.
But just an odd thing you notice is eventually you arrive at the building, and it looks quite mundane. Like, you thought, well, this is a cult, it's like an organization. Surely they, were gonna have something a bit grandiose, but it looks like a very, not exactly run down, but not that well maintained from the outside, just regular size building. And as you're taking in its outward appearance, you also see coming down from the opposite direction, Utri and another ratling that looks almost identical to the one that you were with.
Hey, Inoltrare,
Oh,
creepy one, whose name is slipping my mind.
My name's Fee.
I see. Ah, Fee, I see you two were kidnapped as well.
oh no, we were just asked to come along. I gave him cheese. We have eaten all the cheeses.
As the two ratlings see each other, they start to walk towards each other, arms outstretched, and they give each other a hug. We
They
did a
fruit
good job.
cheese into a taller rattling.
They don't.
I was thinking that as well.
You see them just kind of pat themselves on the back for having been able to complete this mission that they were sent on. And when they see all of you are there, they push open the doors, one of them each. It's a double door building. And you get a look inside, and you don't need to make it, but Inoltrare, give me a wisdom perception check to determine magic, or intelligence
Could I-
arcana.
I was going to say, could I do Arcana? Is it
magic,
about the
sorry.
planes?
I mean, it's about some kind of plane, so I'll give you the technicality.
Okay, that's great. So I'll add a d6 to this. Because it's my academic specialty. So that's a 15 plus my intelligence, which is plus 4, 19, plus my proficiency, which is a 3, 22, plus 2 on the d6, 24.
This is very obviously has been gone over with transmutation magic. The inside is assuredly larger than the building.
Ah, that's pretty cool. Maybe I should get that done in my tower. I mutter that out loud, and I just at random.
Careful. My parents have already told me about associating with wizard architecture.
Yeah, but like sometimes you got to do things your parents don't approve of, you know?
I mean, my dad's a mason. I could probably get you a discount.
You don't have to do everything your parents do. Otherwise, you'd have to be into some weird magazines.
Yeah, I wonder what's up with those.
Yeah.
Okay, moving along. You look inside the building, and there is kind of like a large lobby entrance, main room, and in the middle is this like huge fountain, beautiful, flowing. The stone itself is in kind of waves and like wibbles of water that are tiered on top of each other as the water flows down. And above the fountain is this like large window in the ceiling, letting in like a stream of light.
Streams in the Petrichor cult, you don't say.
Yeah, many of the cultists are on their phones watching their favorite streamers like HisCursedness. Yeah, do you step
Wow,
inside?
no, Iris Spring or bisected brioche. I see how it is.
I will step inside last
Wow.
because I'm terrified of people.
That is fair. I'm presuming that everybody steps inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so, You step inside and you take in the atmosphere. Marble flooring, where the walls are not that same marble. They are painted blue. It seems that even though this is a very slipshod place in terms of being set up very quickly, they are still putting quite a fair amount of detail into it. You get the feeling that they are going to be here for a bit.
Don't get
I get the feeling. I get the feeling in Inoltrare, Utri, that they're going to be here for a bit.
Yeah? On account of the fact that they've made like a magical place that's like enchanted and they're like engraving it and stuff and like there's architecture going on?
Yeah, like you.
Nice.
Wait. Or do you mean like they're here like for a joke? Like, is this just like a joke that has just gone too far and they can't back out now?
They've overcommitted to the bit and now they have a temple.
That would explain why Cop's so serious.
I mean, they do love bits and they appreciate it when bits are given to their favorite streamers.
Oh my god.
Very easy to see amongst the rest of the miscellaneous people milling about and praying around the fountain is the 11-foot tall Poed that you saw on your last adventure. And quick description of what a Poed looks like. Think everything from the waist down is the tentacles of an octopus. And for this Poed in particular, her skin is colored a pale blue. As you get closer to her extremities and in patterns along the tentacles of her legs and that make up her hair, there are little bits of white that make it look kind of like the foam of the sea. And she has one hand resting within the other calmly as she strides, and everybody makes everybody that is in her way quickly gets out of it. She takes up a lot of room with the legs as she walks over in front of you all, and she looks down. Hello, droplets.
I am hiding behind V's leg.
Fee does their best to look, puts their hand on their hips and tries their best to look badass. They make their cape billow as a bonus action.
Yeah, to give you perspective on the size that Capulet is to you, Fee, you are to this woman.
Well then.
Yeah, quite tall. Which you think might explain why the ceiling is raised a bit higher than normally would be.
So we're talking tall vampire lady scale.
Tall vampire lady, but it's an octopus.
Yeah, I've seen that mod.
It's in one
Not
of those
really, it's just a
magazines
boss
again.
fight.
I want to thank you for cooperating with coming here. Scurry, Squeak, did a very good job. Would you be able to go get Scritch for me? And you see both of the rattlings nod in unison and bound down a corridor.
Excuse me, where's Capulet?
I thought it would be best to invite you during a time at which Capulet was busy re-establishing her arcane connection with Petrichor.
Oh, only I thought Capulet needed us.
Capulet does not need you, but the cult of Petrichor would like to talk.
Oh.
Also, make me a wisdom insight check.
Ooh.
Everyone.
I hope someone else does better than me, because this is going to be at a -1. Oh,
Okay,
nat 20. 19.
Is this check to discern the truth in any way?
Kind of, yeah.
That's 15 from me.
15 from you. Okay, you pass.
That's an 11 for me. I rolled terribly, even with the D4.
Utri doesn't know Capulet as much, hasn't been on as many adventures, so it's like reestablishing connection with Petrichor. Like, that sounds like pretty important. Fee, you get the idea, and Inoltrare, you know for definite Capulet is sleeping.
Yeah.
So you mean she's sleeping?
That is how she recharges her energy, yes.
But you just said you're sleeping.
Okay, so what I wanted to talk about with you today isn't so much concerning Capulet as what Capulet has been telling me.
No, it's not true. It's Fees is not heretical to Petrichor. It was all a big misunderstanding.
Don't worry.
Yes.
I don't.
And what happens between me and my plushies is classified.
Wait, you got plushies?
What's a plushie?
That information is classified.
Today's a great day.
Classified.
What's a plushie?
Classified.
It's okay, droplets. I do not suspect that Fee Glacier is the one that we are looking for.
Oh, that's great. We should go then. Nice seeing you. Oh.
It's been a fun kidnapping.
Capulet may have been a little off in her suspicions of who we are trying to find. But she also told me that you have an idea of who we are actually looking for.
Oh?
No one comes to mind.
I don't think that makes any sense. Would you like me to roll deception?
Yes.
Because Inoltrare definitely knows who. Utri might not actually, but Inoltrare definitely knows. Oh, I'm not very good at this. Why did I offer to do this? Oh, that's a 5.
Utri is familiar with Morgan, but more through rumor than anything.
Yeah, and Utri probably doesn't know that Morgan has been palling around with Inoltrare and Fee. The Tricons are much more a recent development. Pisces looks at you, and you can immediately tell. You won't take psychic damage, but you'll feel like you did. The look is, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Oh. I go back behind Fee's leg. Just hide.
Capulet said that you mentioned someone to her by name, someone by the name of Morgan.
Indeed.
Wait, the creepy kid?
Hey, he's not creepy.
Yeah, he's
roll
not creepy.
deception.
He's our friend.
I don't think the two are mutually exclusive.
Utri, you do know Morgan, like you said, through rumors. You bully a lot of kids. A lot of the more defenseless ones are orphans who live in the streets. It's in the past, but you do know that of the things that they feared of the people, that they feared. You were definitely one of them, but another one of them was Morgan. And rumor about Morgan was very strange kid, looks sick all the time, doesn't really interact with anyone, talks with a teddy bear non-stop, talks to puddles, and whenever anyone tried to pick on him, things did not end well.
I could have taken him.
Yeah, like, sometimes rumors even say that like there was an invisible force attacking them if they tried to attack Morgan, like some real, spooky, like ooh, legend kind of stuff. So do you know this, Morgan?
I'm more through rumor than anything. Like, I figured if I continued down my path, the two of us would have clashed eventually, but who knows who would have come out on top then.
Utri hearing about Morgan. Our battle will be legendary.
Yeah.
Yeah, then Pisces looks to Fee and Inoltrare.
Utri is going to step in between Pisces' line of sight, like step in front of the two of them. But like I said, I have no idea. I have no idea who it is. So why bother bringing us all the way down here for this? You could have just like asked us at our place.
While line of sight is broken, I'm casting message and sending a message to Fee. Like, Fee, we need to get our story straight. What do we say? What do we say?
What do we say, Fee?
Unfortunately, I don't believe you can respond with message. But I've said it silently.
He tries to replicate hand signal.
I thought it was only sending that you could reply. Oh, sweet. Yeah, if you can reply, then yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Nope. It's
Then
a send
in their
and a
head.
single reply, both of which up to 25 words.
Okay. In that case, in their head, Fee responds. Just tell them Morgan is great and that his teddy bear is not suspicious.
Okay, I'll try that. His teddy bear is not suspicious.
She puts her hands on her face. A mix of frustration and disappointment.
Charisma deception, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
She is very much considering finding another really high wall to put Inoltrare on in the current moment.
That's 4.
There's a big fountain there. Pisces,
It's tempting.
just the look on her face shifts, and instinctually, well, now she suspects something about the teddy bear.
I don't think that worked, I say out loud.
Fee just face palms.
Look, please, I know that from what Capulet said of this Morgan, that you are friends with him. But there are dangerous things afoot. Very dangerous things, and our sources have led us to here. And she kind of motions a bit to Fee, to your group. If there is anything you know about Morgan, physical description, any kind of history that you have with him, where he might be right now, we need to know.
Fee is going to try and ascertain how positive, how trustworthy they are and what their intentions towards Morgan are.
Sure. Make me a wisdom insight check.
Okay. That is a 17, which I think is exactly what I rolled last time. No, wait, that was perception. But yeah, 17.
She's not being very specific, and that's definitely putting strain on how much you trust the words that she's saying. But of what she is saying, she does sound very sincere.
I believe that you believe my friend is a threat. I do not believe my friend is a threat. I cannot help you.
I could
He
cast
says-
a ritual to find them, but I'd need time and I'd need ingredients, and I don't think you're going to have them here.
Unfortunately, ever since we've had a name, we have been trying to find them.
But you're not doing the right rituals. You're not diviners. You need to see the future, not see the present. Because if you look at the present, you're just going to find a point where Morgan is now, but then they're going to move.
Capulet, there are many members of the cult of Petrichor. We have been searching for Morgan before we even knew they were called Morgan.
Right.
But every time that we got close, something stopped us from seeing.
And I can get past it. But I need the right ingredients. And I need time. And space. This is a lie, by the way.
Okay, so you really just want to be making charisma deception checks.
No, because I've just read my character sheet. I can use
Okay.
intelligence for deception if it's about my academic specialty, which is prophecy.
Okay, intelligence deception.
And I gain an expertise die for it. So,
I'm not particularly worried about how your rolls have been going so far.
yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Oh, natural 2. So that's bad. That's a 9.
Droplet, I very much doubt that you will be able to do better than our diviners have been able to do. The fact of the matter is that whatever is going on with Morgan, he is protected from being seen by others. And whilst you were around him, you were protected as well. That contributed to the unfortunate confusion that Capulet had when she came here.
Oh, protection from scrying, huh?
Indeed. Though we have taken you off the list of suspects, Fiore, ever since we have been able to scry on you. Sorry for that, but we needed to test to make sure.
Hey, how do I appeal? I'm definitely a threat. He looks absolutely heartbroken that they're no longer being considered a suspect for something.
I'm gonna need 2 L-shaped metal rods.
Perhaps if you got to know us, you'd feel a bit more able to trust us. And as she says this, you hear the small clatter of feet with claws amongst the ground as you see the 2 small rattlings returning and a larger rattling following behind them. Looks a bit the same. Definitely older.
He looks at the 3 of them, then blinks.
Hey, anyone got
Um.
like 2 L-shaped metal rods I can borrow? I'll give them back when I'm done.
My swords could my swords do this?
They shaped in an L shape?
Well, the pipes, if I remember.
Oh yeah, V does also have pipes.
If we could bend those into an L shape, that'd be great.
There are pipes that come pre-L shaped.
Yeah. I think these pipes that they were using before their swords probably are sort of like bent pipes, so they'd have a handle on them. Like
Oh,
I kind of
that'd be
imagine them being like sort of like tonfa shaped.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'll use those later though. We'll do this first, but yeah.
Pisces looks down to the large ratling. Scritch, would you be able to take these children on a tour of the cult? Yes, I can do that. You are the ones who know Capulet, yes?
That's right.
Yeah, Capulet's a friend.
We got stuck in a hole together once.
Yes, it sounds like Capulet. I will take them on a tour. We don't have much set up, but I can show you what we have currently. Pisces says, excellent. I need to see over other things. Getting all of this set up is taxing. And she walks off in another direction as Scritch approaches you and holds out his hand.
I hold on to Fee's cloak.
Well, we better get walking. And Utri begins walking forward.
V lifts up the side of their cloak and pulls it over their face and starts strolling forward.
I am hanging
Mysteriously.
now from
Yeah.
the cloak.
So, ignoring the handshake.
Yep.
Yes.
V never really realised it was a handshake.
Inoltrare is too nervous to touch another person.
He brings his hand back up and is like, okay, fair. So, what do you know of Capulet?
Small, angry, trusts
Very
nobody.
grumpy.
Oh, there are
Kind of like a cop.
There are people Capulet trusts. I am one of them. But
I
yes,
wonder if she'd ever trust me.
perhaps. Eventually. I think she is still a bit disappointed that you did not turn out to be her target.
I'm sorry I let her down.
Not because she wants to hate you, but because if you are not the target, then the target is someone else and have to start the search over again. But no, I think Capulet will warm up to you eventually. And I think Pisces
Well,
is
Well, if
very
you see her before I do, could you tell her I'm sorry I let her down?
If I remember, I will. I also think Pisces would like if Capulet warmed up to you all. I'm not sure if you know about mycelials, how they work.
They are
Don't be
mushroom
thinking.
people, are they not? Do they grow in the dark and dank?
Well, actually,
We are not sure where Capulet came from originally. She found her way to the cult because when she was just a spore, the wind carried her onto one of the cult's ships, headed for the actual headquarters. It's bigger than this. We did not know until the spore started growing, and eventually there was a mycelial sporling within the ship, and well, when we brought it to Pisces upon arrival, Pisces sort of fell in love with the little thing.
I knew she was Cop's parent.
Oh no, Pisces is the leader of the cult of Petrichor, founder of the cult of Petrichor. Not enough time to be a parent. She did teach Capulet a lot over the first few weeks of her existence, but after a while, Capulet needed her own room away from Pisces and in the tower, and well, she got relocated to where we are. And I noticed how the rest of the cult treated her, looked down on her, literally and metaphorically. But she had drive, so I decided to take her under my wing and show her what I knew. She wanted more than anything after hearing all of the stories that Pisces told her about Petrichor, about its miracles, about its grandeur, that she wanted to help. And feeling like she could not, I decided to train her in the ways of what combat I knew. She is fierce, yes?
Yeah, fierce,
guess,
kind of
yeah.
like a very angry stray cat.
Yeah, or like a sheep or a goat.
Goats
As a
are very
creature of
fierce.
fear, I respect her.
Perhaps a cat does not seem so threatening, but the point of the combat that I know is to use your opponent's expectations against them. Capulet does not look intimidating, just to see with the eyes, and that is how you are lulled into a full sense of security.
I find combat goes pretty easily if you just electrify everything within like 10 foot of a 100-foot long line. You should try that.
Unfortunately, I was not born a mage.
Nor was I.
I'm
You
not-
kind of just have to learn. You pick it up in books.
I was never one for magic.
All you do is gotta learn. You just have to read enough books. Yeah, I can help. So there's this thing called the weave. It's a little bit like a musical instrument, but kind of not. And it's a little bit like fabric, but also kind of not. And anyway, you gotta sort of pull on the strings a little bit, and that changes the world. And if you pull on the right one, you change it the way you want, instead of accidentally turning someone into a teapot, which can happen. You gotta be careful.
The potential of turning someone into a teapot is not selling me on the idea.
Okay, maybe some other time then.
What if
I mean, it doesn't.
you're a
It
teapot,
doesn't have.
your enemies?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a teapot. You could also turn them into like a bird, a half-eaten chocolate chip cookie, a second teapot.
He flinches a bit.
Some of the Kanku members of the cult kind of look to your direction for a second before kind of looking away and continuing on as you walk down the corridor. But Capulet has a knack for magic, one that she did not have previously, but when she was chosen by Petrichor, she received some gifts. She was very proud to have been chosen by Petrichor. Imagine that you are being read to every night by your parents, and the protagonist of the story that you are being read to not only really exists, but says to you that they need your help. Instills a lot of drive. And because Capulet does not know much outside of Petrichor, very committed to helping. Overeager, maybe. Sorry again about the confusion. He says that to you, Fee.
It's okay. I wrote fanfiction too.
Ah, yes.
And
she
B realizes they just admitted that in front of everyone.
Yes, she
In front of
sorry, you
Utri
wrote
as
what?
well. Oh my god.
You right? What? No. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Can we steer the conversation back to that? What did you just say, Pete?
I write logs of lore
I think they
for the
said
greatest
fanfic.
works of art.
I don't know what that is though.
B puts their hand over Inoltrare's mouth.
Perhaps you should perhaps you can show some to Capulet sometime. Only reading Capulet does is stories of Petrichor or with grim shadows.
Oh,
Green
no,
Shadows?
that would be great.
She's a fan of Grim Shadows?
Oh, Grim Shadow. Is that the comic? I think I remember. Fee, you've mentioned that before, right?
Yes.
No?
Is that what you write fanfic about?
B just glares
Oh,
at
I
you
wonder-
three.
Oh, I wonder what Capulet would think of it.
B is trying to light Utri on fire with the power of their minds.
Wrong class for that. Should have been a wizard.
Make me a spell attack, and if you hit a 20,
Then
Okay.
Utri dies.
Wait, let me just.
Time to reroll a character.
Okay, so that's modifier plus proficiency. What stat would you say I'm rolling this spell attack with?
roll on that 20.
Okay. 14.
You fail to set any part of Utri alight.
This is the best kidnapping of Utri's life.
How many? No, I'm not. I don't want to know.
These glaring just intensifies.
I wouldn't mind reading the fan fiction. That's if you want people to read it.
not. I'll try.
Oh, okay. Is it embarrassing? Does it have naked people in it?
I'll try.
She is very interested outside of Petrichor in the Glim Shadows. I think it is very unrealistic, not helpful for combat. But speaking of combat, I was not the only person to train Capulet. After she was chosen by Petrichor, she went to formal cult military training.
Oh,
And,
is that where she learnt the thing with the arm turning into a mace?
Oh no, that was a gift from Petrichor.
Does Petrichor give any gifts that aren't, like, gross?
the gift of water for sustenance, the gift of air
Ew.
for breath, the
Okay,
gift
air's pretty good.
of the sky.
I could do without the sky, and I'm not a huge fan of water. I prefer wine.
I do not notice the sky so much, for I am immersed in the darkness of my home.
Right, well, aside from me, Capulet did learn from a general of the cult of Petrichor's army.
How big are your armies?
Why do you need an army?
In case Petrichor ever needs one. And
I thought you lot just stood like on like busy town squares and just like told people that whatever was wrong with them, you could fix them as long as they joined. You know?
oh, no. We are quite large, quite secretive organization. Our headquarters, this is only temporary. We are just here until we find who we are looking for. Our actual headquarters, though I cannot say where, is a humongous tower out in the ocean. It goes underneath the ocean and it reaches high into Petrichor sky. So high that you need magic to be able to breathe properly at the top. Is very large.
You're gonna
Was the
regret
tower-
giving that amount of information to a divination wizard, I tell you that.
And is protected from scrying by regularly established magical defenses.
Fair.
But yes, do you want to meet the person who taught Capulet in the finer military ways? So he would say.
We would be honored to meet our friend's mentor in the dance of death.
You know what?
You know
No,
what?
no,
The
none of
arts
us
of
want to die.
death.
No, none of us want to die.
And as you're
The arts of
seeing,
causing death to our enemies, Inoltrare.
and as you're seeing a room at the end of the
Oh.
corridor that he's bringing you to, it's just a fair warning. You know how Capulet can be a bit aggressive.
Yeah, oh yeah, we know that. Yeah,
Might have also inherited that from the general.
right.
And as you
Okay.
walk into this room, you see that the flooring of the room, it's quite a large room, is kind of in a big plus shape because in the corners, each of the corners is a large pool of water. And across the room, you see some members of the cult clad in very basic armor, kind of, it's just training, practicing with wooden weapons. But your eye is kind of drawn to a small, a little, like tiniest bit larger than Inoltrare, what appears to be a shark man.
Oh yeah, something Inoltrare would have done as soon as there was a knock on the door, but I, the player, forgot. I cast Mage Armor.
Okay.
That kid is far too nervous to not be Mage Armored at this point.
Again, inferior to the warlocks who just have it all the time.
Fee pulls down their hood and makes their cloak below as they walk in.
Yeah, you see a small shark man, small being like around an Inoltrare size, who has kind of a half plate going on with the armor. They look an earthy red color, except for the bit of the belly and the mouth where that's a bit more cream with speckles of that red color.
They have two fins on their back, and you can see at the rim of each of the fins something like a dragon's claw, like almost looking like that is sprouting out from it. And when you see their face, you see that their eyes have this very piercing yellow, and that their face itself is not too dissimilar from some kind of drake. Although you can only take in so much with your eyes, as they pick up a cult member who was sparring with them, who is one size larger than them, and start spinning them around in the grapple up off the ground. And it's like, yes! And then he throws them across the room to the corners, and the cult member lands in one of the pools of water. It's like, get in the bin!
This must be who trained Capulet.
And then he looks away from the cult member he just threw into the water, and his head snaps towards you all. And
The
he, like,
demeanor matches cop.
and he plods over. It's like, oh, who are you then, you fresh blood?
No, we're just.
You're taking too long to respond. Get in the bin. And he reaches for you in Inoltrare.
Okay.
I just believe to
I step
intercept.
in front. I step in front.
Okay, you step in front. Utri, make me a strength or dexterity saving throw.
A deck saving throw?
Strength or dexterity, whichever you prefer.
Okay, so that is a plus number and 11.
He picks you up, does the spinning thing, and then aims
wait.
at a different.
Wait! I have something for this.
Oh god.
I have something for this. I think it's fortified will. Give me one. I need to actually read this. I don't remember which of the spells. I know I have it. Because one of my spells lets me automatically break a grapple.
I'm learning for the first time what it's like to do a voice and then think, hopefully I can still talk after the session.
Yeah.
First up,
Right.
that's my issue.
So what was that?
Sorry, give me a moment. Sorry, one of my spells, which I'm currently trying to find, lets me break a grapple. I think it's... The issue is, for some reason, the website does not have these in alphabetical order, so it's...
Can it?
No, here it is. I cast... Oh yeah, I cast Burst of Strength. I take a level of exhaustion and immediately break a grapple. No check required. Or fatigue, sorry.
Okay, you are able to push his hands off of your waist. But it takes a lot of push. He's shorter than you, but you did not expect to have to expend that much energy, and he looks a bit surprised as you're able to get the grapple off of you. But he also looks at you and you're kind of panting a bit, and clutching your knees, just hang on, give me a sec, oh.
I would like to ready an action to cast grease under his legs if he goes for us again.
You have got to calm down a bit.
You. And then he points to Utri and he looks at you. You have potential.
Oh god.
Come on, spit
spar with me. Show me what you're made of.
I don't think that's what you want here.
Yes, it is. Look around you, everyone engaged in the art of combat, the truest form of expression. Spar with me.
You know what? Fine. And Utri readies up. She takes a stance. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Okay. Roll initiative. Just Utri.
Sweet, 9 in initiative. My rolls are not matching my confidence.
Actually, given how this is going down, I think he's going to let you move first.
Hey. V whispers to Inoltrare. 1 silver on the bully.
No, I'm not taking that one. I don't know who's gonna... Wait. Yeah, 1 silver on the bully. Okay.
You can both make me an insight check. Wisdom
You're supposed
insight.
to say which one,
Oh,
you know, because they're both kinda...
wisdom insight. -1. 11.
Okay, 11.
10.
10. Yeah, it could be anyone's game. I mean, Uchi's got the size advantage, but this guy looks strong.
Can I also roll initiative? Because there's something I'm going to want to do every round. Now that I've taken this bet.
Okay.
Thank you.
Am
that,
I? Oh, wow.
That is...
I actually-
15.
15. Okay, we'll assume that you're at the start of initiative. Utri is in the middle, and this guy is going to be going like intentionally after Utri, so he'll be coming in last.
Hey, Fee, which bully were you putting a silver on? Fee?
I think Utri. My dad always said, best of the devil you know. Always
Okay.
winks when he says it to me.
I'm on the side of the shark. Good luck, shark! I don't know your name, sorry.
My name
you going to be
Sauce.
sabotaging-
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Nick. Are you going to be sabotaging me this fight?
Not at all. Not at all. But
My
you
name
did
is-
bully Inoltrare, and you do
Yeah.
have this coming.
I just want to make sure that there's a moment where it's not anyone else talking, because I don't want to repeat myself with this voice.
Sauce out?
Oh.
You haven't got any sauce?
My name is Saw Snapdragon. Ah.
You do sound sore.
I know, I feel sorry.
I wonder if you're related to
we
the
saw
famous
you.
ranger, Amity Snapdragon.
No relation.
Tricholaria, nice to meet you. And I suppose Nick goes first, actually.
Okay. Sweet. 17. The next D20 roll that Saw Snapdragon makes is a 17.
You don't need to do that.
I know I don't need to do that, but Utri bullied me as a child. I have portents. I'm going to win this fight.
All right, Utri, you're up first.
Okay, first things first. Uchi's going to take up the Zealous stance as a bonus action.
What does the Zealous stance do?
It lets me gain expertise die on my attack rolls.
Nice.
However, if I declare whether or not I gain it during the first attack of my turn, but if I do, my opponent also gets it until my next turn. It's kind of like Reckless Strikes, but I could choose when I take it, as long as I'm holding the stance.
Right, so that's your bonus action.
Yep, and now for the actual action, I'm going to one of these right here. I have too many things to go through. I regret making a paladin. Utri is going to cast at 2nd level the spell Sufferer's Strike.
Okay. Is that an attack roll or do I make a save?
Okay, so as part of casting the spell, I make a melee spell attack against the target. On a hit, I deal damage equal to 2d8 plus my force damage plus my weapons damage. However, it increases by 1d for each level of fatigue or strife that I have.
Ooh. Nice
Interesting.
combo.
The paladin gets a lot of very interesting spells that have to do with manipulation of fatigue and strife.
I don't have the fatigue or strife tables in front of me, so I'm going to trust that you're applying whatever penalties that those incur.
At 1st level, I can't sprint or take the dash action.
Okay.
Okay, so this is going to be a 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, so first just the melee attack damage. That is 4 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And then the damage that comes from Suffer Strike is 3d8 force damage, which is...
Ooh, wow.
What?
That's powerful.
Yep.
Yeah, 16 force damage.
Ooh. That is 20 hit points right there.
Yeah. And sadly, that is a spell, and therefore my full attack action. So it is the shark's turn.
Okay. He is going to play it a bit soft to begin with. Swipe at you with his claw.
Natural 17.
Oh yeah, natural 17, so that's 26.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. That is 2, 4, 5, 8 damage, bludgeoning.
Well, that's not too bad.
And then he's going to take his other claw and swipe at you with that.
That could be worse.
And as he is, you see that he's readying the claw that he just swiped with as well, and he kind of does them in a crisscross at you.
Okay, now
because I just
Inoltrare
remembered.
feels a little bad.
Oh, that's 15.
To hit?
Yep, to hit.
That hits. Damn.
Damn. Oh, and let's see. That does 11 damage.
Can I think I can. I don't think I will though.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm trying to go over my options here. Do you want? No, I think I will because this is a reaction, and I'm going to use my other 2nd level spell slot for this.
Okay.
Force of Will.
Explain for the class.
Yes. One reaction which you take in response to being reaction which you take in response to being damaged. Your Iron Resolve allows you to withstand an attack. The damage you take is reduced by 2d10 plus spellcasting ability modifier.
Okay, so you're only using it on that second one.
Yes.
Okay, so that was 11
Because that-
damage, and
And I reduce it by 16 to nothing.
okay. He
I'm,
looks,
however, out of second level spell slots.
he looks at you after he makes the attack, and he thought like, yeah, that was a good hit. And it's like, oh,
Nothing.
Inoltrare, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna give Utri a natural 4.
Why?
You don't need to do this.
Because I rolled a natural 4. I'm not gonna give it to the shark. I've put money on this fight.
You should give it to the shark.
Do you see this? Chat? Do you see this, everybody?
You put me
I'm
on a
being
big high wall and I couldn't get down
Okay.
for ages.
Okay, that's fair.
I am being bullied here. Is what's happening.
Well, now
can't
it's your
believe
turn,
this.
so
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
what are you gonna do with
I have
your nat 4?
I'll try. Utri, I have money riding on you. Do not fail me. And he pulls
Yeah.
their hood down menacingly.
Don't add any pressure.
I need to emphasize that Fee's
Okay.
hood is basically just pulled down to the base of their chin by this point. But they think it looks intimidating.
Okay. Judging by how this guy looks, is he like heavily armored at all?
He's
Does he look
wearing
armored?
He is wearing steel half plate armor.
Okay, so now I won't be able to just go through this nat 4 anyway. Damn. Okay,
No.
so Uchi's going to take her attacks. Her 2 regular attacks. No, I might be able to. Okay, so Uchi's going to make her first attack. And since it's her first attack in the round, I choose to activate the effect of Zealous Stance, adding my expertise die D4 to it.
Zealous Stance didn't turn off though, didn't it?
No, it's basically while I'm in the stance during my first.
Oh, so like
consistent.
you
And then I
feel it.
declare at the basically I declare at my first attack whether or not I and therefore my opponent also gain the expertise into the attack. Okay,
I
so that
I should be giving expertise to my attacks as well against you.
only if I activate it, which you can until the start of my next turn. It's
Okay.
very weird, but it's basically as long as I'm in the stance, which I am until I drop out of it or drop to 0, I can activate this whenever.
Thank you for being honest.
Yeah, so it's a 4 plus 4 because of my other bonus, plus 3 because of this 8, 9, 10. And I'm also going to use my inspiration ability to add because of my destiny to add plus 5 to this attack for a total of 16.
You just hit the armor class.
Ooh, well played.
Damn.
Amazing.
I can work with numbers. I have bonuses to add.
Inoltrare, I think it's safe to say that as this attack unfolds, whatever it is, your face is going to look quite shocked.
Oh yeah, I am shocked that this hits. I had like DreamWorks face going on, like a proper little curl in the corner of my mouth smirk as I was about to watch this attack go, but then it was like, that should be impossible.
Appearing on a poster on the side of a building, just like the Tricons. Try and see if you can keep up.
Okay, so what I'm also going to do is, because this is what I do best, I'm going to expend a spell slot to smite here,
Okay.
and I'm going to specifically empower my smite by activating igniting smite. So first things first. On top of the D4 of damage I'm about to do, which is 4 bludgeoning, you also take a D8 of fire damage because I'm only doing the first level smite.
Okay, I've already taken out the 4, so the damage after that.
Yeah, that is 4 more fire damage on top of that.
Okay.
And at the start of your turn next turn, you make a Constitution saving throw, take an additional D6 fire damage.
Okay.
And you have to make these checks until you either pass or a minute passes.
Right, so start next turn.
Yep. Also, second attack.
Ah. Okay, second attack.
19.
19 will hit.
Take 5 more damage. Bludgeoning.
By 5. Okay.
And that's Utri's turn.
All right. So start.
I'm going through way too much resources for this, but Utri's pride is on the line.
Me
Start
too.
of Snapdragon's turn. What save am I making?
Constitution saving throw, please.
Constitution. He's got proficiency with those.
By the way,
16?
he's writing fanfic about this fight.
I'm sorry, what was the number?
16.
What's my spell save DC? Yeah, sadly, you get through it. You don't take the additional fire damage.
And the effect is worn off.
Yeah.
All right, he is going to risk. Yeah, he's going to risk an opportunity attack from you and move 15 feet away.
I'll take it.
Okay,
17 to hit.
17 will hit.
For an additional 3 bludgeoning.
Okay, 3 bludgeoning. And then he's going to expend an exertion point. You see him turn around after he moves away from you, and he stares you down, and it's his head, like, he bends down a bit, and his head looks at you dead on, and it evokes very much the imagery of, like, a shark coming right at you in the water.
Bounding strike, if I'm correct.
Bounding Fiore.
Oh no.
Yeah, he grips his claws just like, "Hurrah!" And he starts running for you, and he's not like terribly heavy, but like it feels like the ground would be shaking as he moves 15 feet, and then he's going to make an athletics check. That's going to be plus 9. 19. That'll do it.
Yeah, that'll do it.
All right, so straight line. So he jumps towards you across that entire distance, and he's going to make a weapon attack, and he's going to do again both of the claws, kind of like gets them ready to swipe in a crisscross. Nat 1.
Ooh.
Oh, it's a bad day for Snapdragon.
I hate to do this, but I think I have to be honest about this. Read the ability again. I'm pretty sure for the attack roll, you use what you rolled on the athletics check.
Oh,
Using
yeah.
the results of your check instead of an attack. It pains me, but I have to be honest here.
Sorry, I just saw make a melee weapon attack, and I assumed it was like make a second, but no, yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate.
No, so that's a 19 to hit, which hits.
Yep.
And I only know this because I have this exact same ability.
That's 11 more damage.
Oh yeah, that I actually take this damage.
Oh, +2 because he has mastered this maneuver.
I am bloodied.
His tail is swishing, like hyped up. Like, is that the best you've got?
Oh, his tail's wagging like a dog.
Honestly,
Right?
kinda.
I wish Capulet
But
was
it's more
here.
than enough for you.
Then she'd know what a dog looks like.
Uh,
Yeah.
did-
We need to find a dog and show it to her.
what did you say?
I said, honestly, kinda. But it should still be more than enough for you.
Okay, Inoltrare, your turn.
Okay. That's a nat 1 you're getting, Iris. Enjoy that.
A nat 1? How many of those can you do?
As many as I have spell slots. +1 per short rest.
That's fair.
I'm spending a spell slot every time I do this, except for the first one. We're both coming out of this with no resources.
Resources. Hashtag
Okay.
Marshall Gang.
It's alright, we'll take a short rest and we'll be fine.
Uchi's turn.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a long look
How?
at yourself when you get back to Tricon Tower about who really is the bully now.
Hey, I did a poll on
Oh,
Twitch
this is-
and I am fully justified, apparently.
You're fully justified.
Would you say that
What type of
Inoltrare
damage
is all
did
that
I
he
take?
is?
You
What
took
type of damage did
bludgeoning
I take?
damage. Bludgeoning.
Bludgeoning damage?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I am now until the next source of damage I take. I am now resistant to bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
Oh, smart.
Paladins are fun.
All right.
Yeah,
so
and I also gain temporary hit points equal to my proficiency bonus, which is 3. As part of activating this ability, Unbound Heroism.
right, and that's your move.
No, that is something that's done in response to the damage I took.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm sorry I'm doing that a little bit late. I have a lot to read through. Half casters in this game. This game is fun. Half casters are a nightmare because they have to deal with both maneuvers and spells, and class abilities. But it's fine. It's fine. Utri's turn. I don't have the resources to power through this first attack, so it's going to whiff.
Yep, just like throw the punch. It just falls a bit short. Which is incredibly surprising because you'd think falling short would make it hit, but no.
How is this guy looking, by the way? Have I made a dent in him at all?
You look like you've made a dent. Like, you've done a sizable chunk of damage. You speculate a bit more and he will be, by your definition, bloodied.
Ah, great. You know what? Uchi's going to finish this all in one punch. That's all I need.
Banned for anime.
Huh?
Is this where Utri's theme music starts playing?
I said banned for anime.
He starts humming Utri, what they believe is Utri's theme music.
Bum, ba-dum,
Why?
bum,
Why?
bum.
That is the worst sound to get a nat 22, but I got it.
Okay.
To be fair, I rolled that nat 20 back where I said Uchi's going to finish this in one punch, but
You've just gone from 120.
Not 20.
to be fair, that wasn't my nat 1, Nick.
You know what? Actually, the worst sound to get a nat 22 would probably be the Seinfeld intro. Just a bass lick and then a nat 20.
But yeah, and Uchi's going to spend her final spell slot on a final smite.
Kill this shark! Inoltrare isn't shouting that, I am.
Yeah, well, obviously, what you should actually say is jump this shark.
Inoltrare is now a little
Okay,
bit
so-
scared as to what's going to happen to him.
So, first things first, that is 5 bludgeoning damage total. That's just from the punch itself. Next is because of the ability I took last round, the Unbound Heroism. The one that gave me resistance also gives me radiant damage as long as I hold on to those temporary hit points.
Oh no.
Plus the smite.
Oh no.
For a total of 18 radiant.
Okay.
And at this point, you could see Utri just looks completely exhausted.
You see him and he like crumples a bit in his stance. Like head like down, knees bent. But then he raises his arm, brings it up to his mouth, and kind of like wipes off some blood, just like. Oh yes.
Is that all you? Utri collapses.
Can I presume that
Utri's
you're...
out of the fight.
Yeah, so he like bounds towards you and then picks you up, does the twirl, and is like, get in the bin! And he aims towards a different pool than the one he threw the last cultist into, but throws you towards the water.
Cast Featherfall.
Wait. I gently fall and land in the water.
Yeah, you know, like a feather like swaying back and forth in the wind, and then just peacefully like...
Inoltrare feels
Uchi's
a
out
little
of
bad.
resources. Uchi's out of resources. If I barely bloodied him, then I'm not winning that fight.
The water doesn't heal you, but you feel it like close up any wounds that you might have from the claws.
Hey Fee, looks like you owe me a silver piece.
Yeah.
But the
Also,
real
You just
loser
sort
of
of
the
ping the
day.
silver piece in the air so you're not trying, you can catch it.
Also,
The
just to note,
reloads-
someone in chat has just mentioned the things Inoltrare was doing. No visible components. No one knows that he's been altering fate.
Yeah.
Damn.
The
Maybe I should have known better to bet with someone who could see the future.
Yeah, I saw this all in my morning cheese.
You're allowed to make
I
another.
was there for the cheese. I should have seen this coming.
You're allowed to make another wisdom insight check. All of you. Utri, you can make it with advantage.
Hey. Is this to discern the truth?
No.
15.
You know.
And that's a 16.
16.
18.
Inoltrare. 18. Yeah. You know, you're not entirely sure how you would quantify it, but if you were forced to quantify how powerful you think Saw Snapdragon is, you'd say probably about 10 out of 20. But by dint of bringing him down to 28 hit points, I think that's a personal victory for you. Like, he had 87 to begin with.
I wish we could do some nonsense so long as I have resources. Sadly, I don't get a lot of those.
Yeah, so he points his claw towards you and trying like,
I think the real loser here is you. Word. Making bits behind the scenes, letting your friend fight for you.
I mean, she wanted to fight. Friend's also pushing it, honestly.
I will not have
They
you
throw
speak about my
themselves
friends
in
that
front
way.
of a shark and you, and you don't consider them a friend?
They put me on a
It's
wall for
disgusting.
6 hours in the cold. I had to be. There was an old woman who worked
If
in
you
a
were
brothel
training
nearby,
under
and
me,
she
I'd
had to
put
help
you-
me down.
If you were training under me, I'd put you out in the cold for 10 hours.
Well, yeah, but you're a bully as well.
I'm not a bull shark.
I didn't say that. It's a different word.
The officer hit them a handshake.
Respect. That's how you do it.
and then he gives you a handshake.
I cast Arcane Riposte.
How is this gonna work?
Okay, so I make a melee spell attack against. Okay, you respond to an incoming attack with a magically infused attack of your own. Make a melee spell attack against the creature that. I suppose attack is stretching it here, but. GM?
What are you looking for clarification on?
Would the handshake be enough to activate Arcane Riposte? Because the wording is specifically it has to be an attack.
Yeah, you'd probably need to be a bit more forceful than a handshake.
Okay,
By this point, Utri has stood up in the pool and is walking back. I think I bit off more than I can chew.
Sorry, I should have told you were going to lose. I saw it this morning in the cheese.
I'm sorry, I don't believe in cheese.
well,
I would
really,
like to cast
you should be a
lightning bolt.
believer in what.
I'm
in
kidding. I'm
what's
kidding. I'm
a
not gonna
turd.
do
Don't do that in the room of water.
that. Water is not a conductor of electricity. It'll be fine. As
Yeah,
long as
totally.
it's pure water.
Yes, this water everyone's been thrown into all day is totally pure water.
No
Oh,
salt
yeah.
in there. Plus, you know, sharks are usually saltwater fish, so it's probably salt water.
So just,
Oh.
d-
What was
does,
the-
this,
Bad.
Well,
does this just play out like a handshake fate? Because as
if
you're
I can't-
deciding if this is an attack or not, the handshake is going on longer than is usually socially acceptable.
It's just still
Can
holding the hand and just
I
shaking.
force my elbow into his teeth
We're at 45, 50 seconds
Why?
now.
Yeah,
so it counts as an attack?
yeah, sure.
Wow, you go
Okay,
for a handshake and then you just go boom.
Hang on.
Okay, make a melee spell attack against the creature that attacked you. If you hit, the creature takes 3d6 acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, or thunder damage. But because of the this is from being a tiefling, it has to be fire.
why though?
Because he's
hang on.
making fun of Inoltrare.
He is going to make a insight check, and the attack will still go through. But let's see. Insight. So that'd be wisdom insight. So that's a +0, but then +4,
Okay, that's modifier plus proficiency, so that's
and makes it with
Is
advantage. So
proficiency.
that's 11. So usually he's pretty good at getting a read on people and their intentions, especially when it comes to like determining whether whether they have hostile intent. But you know, he's in a bloody frenzy after having just defeated Utri in the spar, and kind of a bit tired, so he doesn't suspect that you are going to do what you were about to do.
Yeah. I mean, plus Fee's probably so used to being faux, sort of faux edgy, it hides when they're actually going to do something aggressive.
And actually, because he's not expecting this and he's just being through the ringer a bit, I will give you advantage on this attack.
Alrighty. Rolling 2 die. I only have a +3 for this because my spell casting stat is charisma for my tiefling spells, so...
Well, it's a good thing you got advantage, because if you miss this, it'd be really embarrassing.
Yep, dirty 20.
That'll do it.
Nice.
Okay, so that's 3d6 fire damage, which I'll just roll. Oh, damn. 2 6s and a 5 for a total of 17 points of fire damage.
You knock him down to 11 hit points, and you knock him back a bit. And he's just, like there on the floor, prone, in a look of kind of like a deer in the headlights, but it's a shark in the headlights.
Listen, friend.
Spit some more
Now-
blood out if you teeth come along with it.
Look, you might be... I know you're cop's mentor, but don't talk about my friends that way. Got it?
Utri sees this, and she can't resist. Oh, sorry, continue.
He gets up off the ground and he plods towards you, Fee. And he looks at you. And he raises his claws, just like, You have potential too!
Well, my parents said that tiefling spell was potential energy.
Don't know what that means, but you have a pretty mean hook. He cracks his neck like, whoa. Lava spar.
What kind of spa is this?
Did you ask what kind of spa it is?
I think they
Yeah,
meant
because it sounds like he just...
I think they meant a fight, not like the sauna kind of thing.
Oh, right. They said... He said, love a spa, not love a spa.
Yeah, no, so he's at 11 HP. Utri, what were you? There was an opportunity.
Yeah, no, it was back when he was still on the ground, but since he's gotten up, never mind. Uchi was planning on like grabbing him by the ankles and throwing him into the one of the water pools, but never mind.
You can still try if you want.
Mario 64 moment going on.
No, I don't think I'm going to pass that.
Go on.
Oh, fine. What am I rolling?
I mean, actually, you don't have to.
What am I rolling?
Well, probably like a grapple, that sounds like.
That would be athletics then. Which I am thankfully proficient in. I need to keep. I keep accidentally closing the tab that I have Google Dice open in. Okay, that's 21.
Okay, you will. But before you do, as you like begin to move your hands, he uses reaction primal intercept. So when a creature attempts to make a melee attack or a grapple against you, you can use reaction to make a melee weapon attack against it.
Uh-oh.
Yep, so that's going to be +9. Will 27 hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that cancel the grapple?
It doesn't cancel the grapple. It just when the attempt is made. So the grapple goes through. But you take 6 more bludgeoning damage.
I can take that. And I'll have you know that I take 3 bludgeoning damage. I actually take 0 because I still have 3 temporary hit points. Because resistance.
Yeah, you reach to grab him, and he's like able to swipe at you before you're able to get it in with both of his claws, and the shimmer of the magical energy protecting you dissipates.
Now, what was it? What was it he was saying when he threw people in the water?
Get in the bin!
Yeah, Uchi's going to shout, "Get in the bin!" as she begins to spin and throws him at one of the waters.
So you absolutely do that. Roll me athletics to see how far you throw him. Strength athletics.
What's the DC?
There's no DC. We're just seeing how far you throw him.
Okay, I'm going to channel divinity. Choose to succeed. This lets me re-roll the die, the die from an ability check, and add an expertise die to it.
Okay.
Because I rolled kind of low on my first one. So that's... Hey, a 21 again.
You throw him, and like he ends up in the very corner of like a pool of water from one of the corners of the room. And you can see that he's quite fast once he gets in the water. This guy's a swim speed of 65. So
Really?
almost as soon as he's in, he lands, and then just like a split second later, he turns around, and then it's just like a fucking torpedo moving through as he jumps back onto the ground.
It's
And
like,
I believe
all
with
right,
that, we are even.
all right, I'm done.
I believe with that, we're even.
Oh, I like the ferocity, but I'm gonna go to my chambers and eat some ice cream because this voice is killing me.
So he kind of walks off, and as he walks off, even though technically you lost, some of the members of the cult who were sparring amongst themselves take a second to stop, and they've been looking at you, and they give you a bit of like a clap. There's a few claps around the room.
And while the instructor walks off, I'm going to very quickly pull Inoltrare and Fee into a huddle real quick. Morgan's your friend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, then the 3 of us, need to get out of here. They are after something from us, and it's most likely the location of your friend.
Oh. So I shouldn't cast the spell to... Okay.
But
No, they want to do something bad to your friend. They want to protect your friend.
but
We
Cop's
need
also
to
our
get
friend.
out of here.
if they're bad, we need to get Cop out of here too.
But
Well-
what if Cobb wants to hurt Morgan? How do we choose what
Will
friend?
they be?
I mean, she said she was going.
Will
She
they-
wants to hurt me, but she didn't hurt me.
My question is, will Capulet want to leave? This is Capulet's family, for lack of a better term.
What if we talk to Cop?
Yeah.
Okay.
We gotta
Well,
go
okay.
find
Well-
find Morgan. No, Capulet. Words are hard.
Okay, we'll find Capulet, but then we have to go. The longer we're here, the more chances they have to do something to try to get that information out of you. I actually don't know anything.
Inoltrare, you don't know where Morgan is. Like, that is not information in your brain. You just know that he's not here.
Oh yeah, I know. Inoltrare thinks he knows a spell to find Morgan, but I also know that won't work.
You hear some more clapping from behind you as Scritch walks closer. It's like, very good, very good.
That is a very intense shirt.
Yes, very intense indeed. You can see why Capulet is so fierce in battle. Hmm? But you are very experienced as well, more experienced than some recruits who come here.
It's all in the biceps. Good way to build up strength is to find a small, heavy child and put him up somewhere high.
He glares at Utri
Hmm.
and pats Inoltrare on the back.
I'm sorry,
Thanks.
I couldn't resist.
So you've met So Snapdragon. He is one of what we call the big three of the cult of Petrichor, which only leaves one left. It's time for you to meet the emissary.
The emissary?
He begins walking you in a direction.
Yes, the emissary. Very peculiar creature, being. It's hard to explain, but once you see it, you will know what I mean.
Oh.
Also, while we're here, it would be rude for us to be here and not at least say hi to our friend. Can we go see Capulet?
Unfortunately, this is a bit more important. The emissary also would like to talk to you.
I'm gonna cast message.
Oh,
and
she
send a
doesn't like
message to Utri and is like, I don't like this at all.
I do not like the sound of this either. Be ready for anything.
So
Hey,
it
I
leads you
I
back-
need to go to the bathroom. Can I go to the bathroom? It's gonna take me about 20 minutes.
It will be a quick chat.
I really need to go.
You can't deny a kid the need to go to a bathroom. How cruel can you be?
He needs to go. He needs to go.
Honestly,
alright.
I'd probably stand to go.
He leads you all to a bathroom.
Okay, I get in the bathroom. I go, I need to work out where Capulet is, because if she's not here and they're lying to us, we need to get out of here. So I would like to spend 20 minutes to ritual cast locate object and choose an object that I've seen Capulet hold or use or wear.
She has a talisman of some sort, doesn't she?
Yeah,
A
and it's that
badge.
specific object. So because I've been within 30 feet of it, I can choose that
Okay.
specific object, and I
Okay,
learn.
I need honest clarification on this.
Yeah.
Can you track that specific one,
Yes.
or are you tracking that type of object?
It is specific. You may locate a specific object known to you, provided you have observed it within 30 feet at least once.
Okay.
However, I'll read the full rules. There are some clarifications. One, if it's outside of 1,000 feet away from me, which is about a fifth of a mile, I don't get the information. Two, it only reveals the general direction the creature is in, but it does tell me its trajectory if it's moving. And three, if there's any thickness of lead in the direct path between me and the object, the spell doesn't find it.
I could
So
be
if
an
it's in the
asshole and say the
sewers-
badge is made of lead.
That would be fine because there's no wet lead between.
No. Yeah, because if you were just searching for a Cult of Petrichor badge, it would light up quite a bit.
Yeah.
Alright, you cast the ritual. And you are able to infer the bathroom that you're in is connected to the main room that you saw when you first walked in.
Wait, I'm sorry. This is not a ritual. I'm actually full casting this with a second level
Okay.
spell slot. There we go.
On the bright side, that speeds it up.
Yeah, for the next 10 minutes, I'm gonna know. Oh yeah, casting time's one action. I could do this immediately, and for the next 10 minutes, I know where it is relative to me.
Right, so are you still going to the bathroom?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's got verbal, somatic, and all that
Okay.
components. I don't want people seeing that I've done it.
So when you're in the bathroom, you cast the spell, and you get the feeling for where Capulet's badge is. You walk back out into the main room, and you can tell that to the north of this room,
Okay.
there is a few doors, and behind the leftmost door is where Capulet's badge is.
I'm gonna use message to provide that information to Fee and to Utri. I've got like 15 words, so I'll say left of north door, Capulet's badge.
Can Fee try and sneak towards that door?
You hear a message back from Utri, 4 words. And that one, really?
From who?
Joking. Yeah, you can try to sneak to that door.
Do you want me to roll anything, or?
Definitely a stealth check. Thank you.
Okay.
Let's say you have to pass 15.
Okay, let's see. That is... Well, I've got a +4 because all my stats are awful. That's a 15, exactly.
Damn. Okay, so as you walk with Scritch, he leads you north as well, but towards a big door in the middle. And Fee, you kind of break away from the group and sneak your way towards the door that Inoltrare lured you of. Is anyone else trying to sneak away? With the
No,
knowledge
but I
that-
do have a question.
Okay.
The port that Inoltrare gave me, that was nat 1. Does that count? Does that count for my source of inspiration, rolling a nat 1?
I don't think so, because he didn't roll it. Or does it?
Drat.
So the way the
No,
feature
no,
is your next d20 roll is this number. So
See, my fear about that is if I let that be the case, that could be a combo, but then you'd still need to get the nat 1 to pull that off.
yeah, it's still an expensive and rare combo because it's either once per short rest or it's a spell slot after that to
Yeah, okay,
grant
we'll allow it.
inspiration.
We'll allow it. That is the official ruling for the Guild of Icons Adventures. Other people can rule it differently. Alright, so you, Inoltrare and Utri are following Scritch. Fee, you are making your way towards the door with Capulet's badge.
Okay. I'm going to just sort of try and crack the door open and take a look inside the room then.
You take a look inside the room, and it's a bit of a small room in comparison to the other room. Still large enough that Pisces can stand in here. But this seems to be a room constructed specifically for Capulet, and you can infer that because there are little like pools of water, like little, you know, those sewers where it's kind of a depression in the ground, a little curve, and there's water running along it.
He knows this very well, yes.
Yeah, those are on either side in the room. And in the middle of the room, there is a not the middle, at the very back of the room, there's this kind of semicircular mound of dirt, and it looks to have been very recently watered, and roots grow from the little like tunnels of water at the sides, and at the top of the room, at the ceiling, these kind of like leaves begin to culminate. There's a little window in the ceiling, and a little bit of light is shining through. And in the mound of dirt, you can see feet kind of trudged in, arms resting by clinging onto her shoulders, looking almost like just a regular, really big mushroom, if you didn't know that it was a living creature, is Capulet.
Okay, Fee's going to tiptoe over to Capulet and whisper, "Psst, Capulet. Capulet. Cobb.
You see one of her arms and hooks from her shoulders, and she kind of like does the little motion, just like, go away. Eyes still closed.
Cobb, it's Fee. We're busting your ass here."
Eventually you're able to get her to open her eyes, and she kind of like rubs her palm against one of them and does a stretch. It's like, what is it?
It's Morgan. Your cold family thing. They're looking for Morgan.
Well, whether it's Morgan or you they're looking for a good reason.
Psst, Fee, have you found Capulet yet? This is Nick learning that message works even if I can't see the target and it goes through solid objects.
Yep, Fee messages back.
The target is secure. Repeat, the target is secure.
I send again. Great. Bundle them up and get out.
Look, Cobb. Morgan's our friend. We know he hasn't done anything wrong.
Really?
Really?
Do you know where he is right now?
No?
Seems like something a friend would tell you before they leave.
I mean, he just comes and goes as... he's just private is all. But Fee does look genuinely conflicted now.
Do you know what he's doing when he's not with you?
He's talking to his best friend.
And who's his best friend?
Dunno, I guess whoever gave him that teddy.
You know absolutely nothing about what's going on.
Cobb, you're saying I don't know my friends?
Yes.
How do I know you then?
What?
Well, maybe you're wrong. If I don't know my friends, maybe you could be wrong. I mean, you're smart, but you could be wrong.
Gonna tell you for Capulet's not smart.
He does have a very
Minus
limited.
one intelligence, minus one wisdom.
He has a very limited range of who counts as smart. Like, there's an Inoltrare smart, and then there's everyone else, which is on Fee's level.
That's fair. How are you so sure of what you think?
Fee just doesn't have an answer here.
Fee hears in her head as Utri casts
There.
message. Sorry, in their head as Utri casts message.
Sorry,
Hey,
guys, just
have you
realized
got
I should go into the group chat.
Hey, have you found your friend yet? We need to get that one out so we can go find your other friend.
A cop doesn't trust Morgan. I don't know what to do here.
Utri Inoltrare, you have been led through the big door at the end of the northern wall. And as it opens up, big door, like, big in terms of a door. It isn't the size of some of the doors inside, because you see that this door leads outside, so it needs to conform to that dimension. And as you step into the back garden of this place, you see a smaller, subtler fountain in the middle. There's a stone walkway kind of in a circle around it. There are bushes around, fresh grass, some nice flowers, roses included. You hear over the walls the sounds of people going about their day, children playing. A raven flies off into the distance. Everything feels serene. And standing in front of the fountain, you see a blob. A blue blob with 2 legs, 2 arms, and what looks to be the shape of a head. And it turns around, and you can see that it's got a very, like, simplistic face, and the face is made of, like, more kind of, like, globules of this ooze that the entire being is constructed of. You can see right through it. Its entire body is translucent, and there are some strange organs that you can't really fathom what they are or how they function, what their purpose is. But you can see that its approximation of eyes look down to you. And you don't hear it speak, but you hear in your mind, "Hello."
Hello there.
I am sorry if my appearance is unsettling to you. I do not come from your world.
Where do you
Where-
come?
Far,
Where do you go?
far into the vast reaches of Petrichor's sky.
You Cotton Eye Joeing me.
Sorry, I didn't think you'd hear that.
But then how are you here? How did you get here?
Traveled a long way. A ship, an experiment of my kind.
Many were sent out. We sought to explore. I crashed here. Had to learn of your ways, of the people. I crashed close to the cult's quarters. They found me, taught me how your world functions.
What do you want?
So why did you want to see us?
Are you aware of a concept known as trust?
Vaguely.
Sure. Trust a lot of people.
I did not used to be. The society that I lived amongst, we implicitly trusted each other on instinct. We needed not a word for its opposite, for we did not know that an opposite existed. But in this world, I sense much of this mistrust. I understand why you would feel hesitant to aid us. But if your friend is the one that we are looking for, we need to know where he is. He presents a grave danger, not just to Petrichor, potentially to the world. All worlds.
I have a question
For the DM or for the blob?
for the blob.
Okay.
On your world, what do you do when two people with opposing goals both need you to trust them?
I am unsure. We work collectively. It is in your world that I find most of the notions of conflict, disagreement. If there are opposing ideas, we deliberate.
Here on this world, there are many people, many different opposing ideas about what should be done. Trust is hard because you have to make those decisions daily. Who to trust, who to follow. Sometimes you just have to go with what you know. I trust Inoltrare and Fee, and they trust Morgan. And that's
You notice, as you've
all
said,
I
Fee,
need.
you notice, as you've said, Fee, that Scritch kind of looks around and gets a bit worried, and then kind of goes back inside.
As she's giving this funny little speech here,
Okay.
as Utri's giving this funny little speech here, she's also casting message to contact Fee, and she tells them things aren't going great. It's now or never. Get your friend or start or get out. One of the two.
I
Cobb,
understand.
we need to get out of here.
Why?
Because
That's it.
what if your cult's wrong and Morgan isn't a threat to Petrichor, and they do something terrible to him.
Well, if Morgan isn't a threat to Petrichor, then you've got nothing to worry about, don't you?
Oh, that is the most cop thing that Capulet could have ever said.
So, wait, so cop, are you saying the innocent have nothing to fear? Because my mum always says the innocent have a lot to fear from the kind of people who say the innocent have nothing to fear.
The guilty have a lot to hide, and I'm not sure if you know this or not, but we've been searching for Morgan ever since you told me about him, and we haven't been able to see him.
He must have a good reason.
Fucking bold words for people talking about a fucking castle in the fucking middle of the ocean that's fucking hidden from scrying. Inoltrare is not saying any of this because he hasn't heard any of it, but that's what the player is fucking thinking.
Fee will probably say something to those along those lines, but more diplomatic, like, but is your headquarters itself not hidden? Do you have nothing to hide? Or do you have your reasons?
If we weren't hidden, we'd be open to attack.
Well, maybe Morgan's just doesn't want to be attacked by... maybe he just wants some alone time.
And how would he be able to cast defenses that are able to get past even our diviners?
How are
What
your
is
diviners
Mor-
able?
I ask again. What do you think Morgan does when he's not with you?
I don't know.
We don't know either. We'd like to. Back to the garden. The emissary has heard what you said, Utri. It is unfortunate that conflict is so common here. I sympathize with the way you want to protect those who are close to you, the way in which you want to protect those who are close to your friends. Unfortunately, I know for a fact there is danger where your friend Morgan lurks. I have heard it not from the suspicions of the cult. I have heard it from Petrichor itself.
Question: where relatively is this outside area compared to like the rest of the outside? Like, is it like in the middle section of the building? Is it like near the edge of a build?
It's right at the back.
Right at the back. Okay. First things first. Utri's going to again cast a message to Fee and tell them it's now or never. Get your friend and run, or run on your own.
All right.
And
Do you have
Utri's going to. Sorry, continue.
I was just saying. Never mind. You go on.
Yeah, Utri's then going to cast message to Inoltrare and say, when I make a path, run for it. Do
Okay.
not look back.
Okay.
Do you know why we are searching for your friend?
Honestly, there's a lot of things in this world I don't know. I'm not very bright, you see. I was never really good at that whole education thing. There's one thing I do know. And that's I trust my friends more than I trust any shitty cult. And Utri is going to use the Moon-Tainted Cestus Stone to use the Foundation Fracturing Fist. And she is going to attempt to punch a hole into the wall out into the city.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
My fists gain the Breaker Stone property until the... Or if it's wood, then I suppose I'll do the door destroying, which is Break a Wood. Whichever material it is, I'll compensate.
It's stone.
Yeah, so yeah, I'll use the Moon-Tainted Cestus Stone's Foundation Fracturing Fist and attempt to punch a hole in the wall for Inoltrare, and hopefully see what if they get here to escape.
All right. This is the first time you're trying something like this, and also because of the concerns that they have, I'm going to say this wall might be a bit beefier than your average wall. Let's say DC 15.
DC 15, what check? Or is it an attack roll?
It's an attack.
Hold on. Would a natural 12 help you?
A natural 12 would guarantee the success.
Have a natural 12. I'm spending my last second level spell slot to give you a portent.
That's a 16 then.
Okay. Yep, wall gets hole punched through it.
I run through. Dive! No, just run. I can't be attempting dexterity checks right now. It's too important.
Okay, you run through.
And I'm going to hold position until Fee is able to also get here and escape.
Okay, Fee's going to. I mean, while this is happening, Fee's going to look sadly at Capulet and say, "I'm sorry, Cobb, but you're wrong. Are you coming? If you're not coming with me, I've got to go."
How do you know I'm wrong? You've not been able to tell me anything about what Morgan supposedly does when he's not with you. You can't tell me where he is. You don't know why he's able to use such powerful magic.
Fee is just going to lower their hood and try and say, "Until we meet again." But their voice is noticeably shaking. And they're just going to walk out of the door and try and just sort of Naruto run towards the hole in the wall. Well, Naruto
you have
run
to go
in
through
the
the
direction.
Main
Yeah.
room first, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to sort of Naruto run in the direction they saw in Inoltrare and Utri walking towards, because they assume that's where the where the opening Utri promised is going to be.
Utri, you hear the emissary speak to your mind. You draw your power from faith, do you not?
Nah, I draw my power from one thing and one thing alone. And she like hits her hand against her chest, right here. It's all me, baby. Utri doesn't know she's magical. She assumes this is just all things that she could do naturally through her own strength of will.
You do not have respect for your gods?
I've never been one for their worship. I suppose the closest thing is, I mean, I've always looked up to the consort, but she's the reason I exist, so I suppose I have a reason to.
Petrichor provides you sustenance. The air you breathe in the water you drink. It has the best intentions for you. And it was
Nah,
told
my dad
me-
provides all that. My dad provides all that.
Utri is the equivalent of the people who think that milk naturally comes from the supermarket.
Chocolate milk comes from chocolate cows.
Exactly.
I tell you, your god Petrichor speaks through me, and it has told us of a danger so terrible. I shudder to think of the ramifications. Please, consider helping us.
If it was so important, then it should tell me itself. Otherwise, I ain't listening. Not to you, not to some stingy old voice in the sky.
The
The only
cult was
person
not able
is
to hear.
myself and my friends.
The cult was not able to hear Petrichor's voice before I showed up. My unique physiology amongst your kind paired with my sapience allows me to feel Petrichor speak through the water, through the air, through my body.
And how do we know it's
Yes.
Petrichor, not just you making things up? Sounds like a lot of hogwash to me.
He looks at you for a minute and just... Well, it looks at you for a minute. Just, there is not a single day that I do not consider the immense power I hold. That I am able to tell the cult anything I desire and have their full force behind it. I need you to trust in the same way I require you to trust the cult as a whole. I am not that type of being.
I do trust. I trust very deeply. I trust those I hold close, and you ain't one of them. And again, a message to Fee. Where are you? Where are you? I can't keep this up. Where are you?
Fee runs through the door.
Naruto running. This is very important.
So... Are you leaving?
Yep, I think these failed to convince Capulet, so they're not going to stick around.
As Fee failed to convince Capulet, as Capulet succeeded a little bit in convincing Fee.
Fee has their entire face covered with a hood, but you can see a couple of tears dripping out.
Oh,
They're just going to run through the hole.
And don't
Yeah,
come a
Fiore is
knocking
outside.
again.
Hiding behind like a
Okay.
lamppost and just beckons to Fee.
And
Yeah,
don't
so-
come a knocking again. And Utri punches another hole in the wall directly next to this one.
so you all run away from the cult of Petrichor, and no one follows you. Scritch is still inside trying to find Fee. You've been able to evade him. You all return to Tricon Tower to, I suppose, go over in your minds the events that just happened, the things you were shown, the questions you were asked, the information that you now have. But back in the garden of the cult of Petrichor, a raven that had previously flown away flies back. And on a rooftop overlooking the garden, a small boy looks down at the ooze folk therein. I can trust my friends. It's a shame that you can't trust them. It's a shame that Petrichor doesn't trust my friend. The emissary looks to the boy up above and then tries to move for the door before falling from the roof of the Cult of Petrichor's building is this creature that looks like it is smoking. It is pure black. It's this kind of shadow, except over parts of it there are these isopod-like features, some chitinous plating on one of its arms covering half of its head, and it's kind of vibrating like it's trying to fight something as it stands in the way between the door and the emissary. As Morgan opens up his waistcoat pocket to allow Alfred into it, and then closes it again before descending down and beginning to walk towards the emissary. You should really leave my friends alone. Inoltrare, Fee, and my best friend.
Utri.
But since I know... But Teddy says that I won't be able to convince you. Teddy says you need to speak to best friend yourself. And as the emissary tries to back away, the shadowy creature grabs onto both of its arm-like appendages and holds it in place as Morgan takes a step forward. Don't worry. Best friend will sort this all out. And in the chest of the ooze folk, Morgan pokes a dot, and another dot, and a smile. And it begins to shake and vibrate. It makes sounds mentally of horrifying pain as from within it, unable to fathom, if you were to look at it, how these things are spreading out. Chitinous tendrils explode from it in every direction, this being made entirely of water, acting as an entire portal as the tentacles reach out as far as they can and then pause for just a split second before receding, leaving not even a drop. Morgan looks towards the building of the Cult of Petrichor, steps towards the door, and tries touching it, and then recoils as some kind of magical warding defense sears his hand as he tries to make contact with it. And he pulls his hand away for hopping on to the shadowy creature, jumping back onto the ceiling, and disappearing off into Korakii. Great job, guys.
We did it.
We saved the city.
Yep. Hey,
We're
Inoltrare is
heroes.
10. He's allowed to not have good judgment on world-changing situations.
Yeah, I don't think Fee's actually equipped to actually handle the possibility that one of their friends is actually in the wrong. And obviously they're in a situation where one of them has to be.
Yeah.
I mean, we know it's Morgan, but obviously they don't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's new things to ponder, perhaps a little bit of new doubts in your minds, and Fees at the very least. And one of the big three members of the Cult of Petrichor is gone.
Yeah. Luckily, we don't know about that. Woo! Hey, good news. We got home in time for dinner for once.
Woo!
Not grounded.
Good news indeed. And as you feel mystery and intrigue begin to fall into your lives, things becoming more complex, a new faction to attend with, to deal with. You also think about everything that you've done up until now, and how, if something is going to happen, if anything is going to happen, you'll be ready for it. As we enter into a new chapter for the Tricons, you enter into level 6.
Yes.
Oh, nice. I do love level ups. What do
Oh
I
my
get
God.
at level 6?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know. I don't know. Wizard is a new subclass feature, I think.
What do
Oh, hey, level 6.
get?
I get auras.
Oh God.
I had. What?
Yeah, I get a subclass feature. Just I'm now getting flashbacks to the last 5 sessions of the Guild of Icons where fucking Shay's paladin aura was giving
I
you a
get second level.
+6 to saves.
Oh wait, already had second level maneuvers. I get another knack,
Let's see.
and I get adversarial focus and game hunting.
I either get
Let's
arcane
see, I
armor,
can make-
energy retention, or war magic.
Let's see. I can make everyone around me immune to being frightened, immune to being charmed, or give people better numbers on their saving throws. All their saving throws equal to 1 plus my charisma modifier. So just a flat bonus to all saving throws.
Do I want exponential spell slots? Where if I expend a spell slot of 2nd level or higher to cast a wizard spell from my chosen school, I regain 1 expended spell slot of half the level size?
I don't see why not. That is pretty great.
The downside is it has to be divination spells. Like, if I was an evocation wizard, this would be fine, but... Or arcane armor. I gain temporary hit points equal to twice the level of the spell every time I cast a spell.
Well, perhaps these things are going to be best discussed after the session, which is over. Congrats, everyone. A great job,
Yay, we
Utri,
did
in the
it.
combat. Great judgment call. I'm
yeah.
sure this won't come back to bite any of you.
Nope. Also, happy birthday, Nick.
Damn
Happy
it!
birthday, Nick.
Really hoping to get away with it. Really
Next
hoping
Guild of
to get away.
Icons adventures, probably whenever we're able to do it.
Yep, that's about right.
Yep.
Nick, find an open date and I'll run it then.
Okay.
We
I
got
think it's gonna be the
shitty horses
11th
to
of
fight.
April.
Not-
I ain't got a calendar. Anyway, I'm gonna do the bye-bye stuff while we do date stuff. So I'm gonna say goodnight to everyone. Thank you, Pixel, for running the game. That was absolutely superb. Did that go the way you were thinking it was gonna go?
Kind of thought that you would hear the emissary out a bit more, and I'd be able to have him killed by Morgan in front of your eyes. But this is fine.
Lamau, emissary, I want you to betray your friend. No, it wasn't gonna happen. So we still think Morgan's innocent, which is great. Just great. It's gonna go
Well,
fine.
of April, that's it.
Yeah. Fee thinks either Morgan or Capulet is well, Fee either thinks Capulet's being an actual cop or that Morgan might have done something wrong. So now they're conflicted.
And they're kind of excited,
Just
and they
the
feel
bad
bad about it, but actual conflict, internal struggles. This is the stuff that Fee has only read about.
Yep, and it turns out it actually feels kind of bad.
Right. Well, thank you very much for the game. It's been absolutely superb, and I'm going to go to the outro screen where we'll say goodnight to everyone. Good night.
That's all.
Good night.
Night.
All right, everyone. Thank you for watching. This has been absolutely superb. What a fantastic session. So much plot happening. A lot of really good character moments as well. I had a lot of fun. I hope you all enjoyed it as well. And we'll be back very soon. Coming up, we have